Michelle, what is Zoom? What is Zoom etiquette?
Well, I had a graphic that was one of those round circle pigrams, and up at the top was a slit that you could barely see was a slit, and it was 2%, and that 2% is the amount of attention you have from the people in your Zoom meeting. And other than that, people are, they're kind of watching the kids as they go by, they're drinking their coffee, they're in their home, they're wearing their sweatpants or pajamas underneath.
Right.
So you don't have a lot of attention that you're being able to work with. And so what you want to do is to be able to make the max of that 2% attention, and then maybe even stretch it out to where you can have 5% of the attention. And don't expect it to be much more than that. And tips for doing that are first of all, to have a background that doesn't go down a hallway, doesn't have a lot of personal pictures. Because if you have a lot of personal stuff, I know for myself, I like to see what's going on.
Right.
Who's that on the wall? Oh, what kind of a vase is that they have? We're checking that out. So make it as plain and undistracting as possible. Second tip is to have the light coming towards you. If you have light behind you, it doesn't matter how much light there is, but if the light's behind you, you're in the dark. And you want to make as visible an impression as possible, because you've only got the possibility of 2% of their attention that you're going to get. So there's those, floor lamp kind of trees that have the can lights that they're very cheap, but you can just have one of those putting some light on you. I'm in front of a window and I have a light above me that is right now the light that I have, but you want to be well lit. And then the second thing is to be very concise and specific and organized about what you're going to say, because you're going to lose people if you're not, and if you go off in different directions and if you meander, because you don't have that much of their attention to begin with. And keep it short, and if you finish ahead of your presentation time, ask for questions. It's better to do that than to just keep kind of going. And allow yourself to have your hand expressions. Allow yourself to have modulation in your voice, because if you get too monotone, you don't have that much of their attention to begin with, and you're going to lose it. So those are some ways in the age of Zoom meetings to even if you're in a class type situation, if people see you, first of all, can see you, and you ask an intelligent question or two, or at least make an awake sort of a presentation. If there's someone who gets out of the business you're in, or there's someone who wants to partner up with someone, they may come to you simply because of that impact that you made at that meeting. So it's important to show up, no matter what type of technology or way we're being invited to make our appearance. It's important to show up for it.